Good, bright, and beautiful Tuesday evening, everyone. It's the last Tuesday of the month of June, the 28th of June, 2022. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith for Garden State Weather Premium on YouTube, Garden State Weather, and Garden State Weather Forecast on Facebook, and Garden State WX on Twitter. Looking at the World Trade Center overlooking New York City's harbor this evening, gorgeous skies, crystal clear, few cumulus clouds still hovering in the air. This afternoon it was absolutely gorgeous, 77 degrees at 6:45. And here at the Weather Center in West Orange at Garden State Weather at 78 and sunny. In the Rutgers University Meteorology Program in New Brunswick, 79 degrees. The wind is out of the west to northwest at about 4 miles an hour. Just a gorgeous afternoon. 80 degrees, the hot spot right now in West Deptford. 79 here in Mannington, Hopewell Township, New Brunswick, and Lower Alloways Creek. Hackettstown at 69, High Point at 70, and 71 in Walpack, Harvey Cedars by the coast, and Howell, New Jersey. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous evening out there with under mostly clear skies. We'll get into the visible satellite right now. Probably should do that. Some striations on the west to northwest flow here is looking quite gorgeous, and the water vapor channel has little moisture content in it, central and southern parts, but mostly clear skies on the visible satellite imagery this evening. Just a few scattered high clouds and some puffy cumulus clouds still riding over the top of the ridges here, and will eventually be dying out. The wind speeds are pretty light this evening as well, and the wind gusts are pretty light as well. They're a little choppy still right along the immediate coast, but other than that, it was an absolutely pleasant day. Not really seeing much in the way of heat indexes, and air temperatures currently are in the low to the mid 70s across the area, the mid and upper 70s here in the Delmarva I-95 corridor. Minimums this morning starting out in the 50s to lower 60s before the skies cleared out, and today's maximum temperatures again in the mid 70s to lower 80s across the region. Now the Asbury Park Boardwalk shore cam here. Angel Cam is having problems because it was obscured by heavy rain, probably ruining the lens or something here. So this isn't looking too good today either. But the other camera here showing plenty of people still on the beach and a lot of people on the boardwalk this evening. It is just gorgeous outside. Gorgeous. And the reason for that is that the dew points maximize themselves into the upper 50s and low 60s, even around 70, 71 earlier this morning as the rain and everything was exiting. The low clouds and moisture were exiting, and now you can see the dew points, and they've come down quite a bit to comfortable levels in the lower to mid 50s. Few 60-degree readings here, but other than that, relative humidity looks really nice outside there this evening, generally running in the 40s to low 50s across the region. Now, there was a sea breeze front, and I'm sure we can find this now. Give me a second here. This is what's left to it right now, but if we dial this back from early this afternoon, you can see that sea breeze front right along the coast developing and then moving further inland. It's dissipating and dying off this evening, of course. And the other thing, the wind directions here. So the wind is off the ocean here, but it's out of the west-southwest and variable. And this is the reason why we had some cooler weather right along the immediate coast today as well. Into the tropics we go here with this disturbance as of 2 o'clock in the northern Gulf of Mexico. That area of low pressure producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms also seen on Doppler. The system forecast to move slowly west or west-southwest and approach the coast of Texas during the next 2 days. Slow development of the low is possible, and it could become a short-lived tropical depression near the coast before it moves inland. Regardless of the development, heavy rain will be possible along portions of Texas coast later this week. And of course, for more of the information on the potential for the heavy rain, please see the products from the National Weather Service office in this location. About 40% chance of development over the 48-hour period, and also the medium range about 40% in the next 5 days. We'll take a look at that on Doppler radar in just a moment. Meanwhile, this is a pretty healthy system here. Maximum sustained winds of Tropical Cyclone 2, potential Tropical Cyclone 2, PTC as it's called. Sustained winds at about 40 miles an hour. Movement to the west at about 21 knots, 24 miles an hour, located about 10.1 north, 59.5 west. Formation chances in the next 48 hours about 70%, and the next 5 days about 90%. Following behind this is another system here. This is another disturbance. Chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours is about 0%, but over the next 5 days at about 20%. And this system is forecast to interact with another tropical wave over the next several days, and some gradual development is possible later this week, while the overall system moves west-northwest at around 15 miles an hour across the central tropical Atlantic. Here in the eastern Pacific, not much going on here. We still have this chance of cyclone formation at about 50% offshore the southern Mexican coast here. Showers and thunderstorms associated with that small area of low pressure. Environmental conditions are forecast to be conducive for additional gradual development over the next couple of days, and a tropical depression could form while the system moves west-northwest at about 10 to 15 miles an hour towards the end of the week, with development over the next 5 days at about 50%. And Celia is dead. It's post-tropical cyclone right now, and it is completely falling apart. And that was as of 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's moving to the west-northwest at about 10 miles an hour, and the winds are now down to about 35 miles an hour, which makes it post-tropical. Nothing is going on in the central Pacific. Let's start out with the larger picture here. Here is our surface cold front that passed off the east coast, waves of low pressure around it. And there has been quite a lot of wind damage from thunderstorms here over Florida, and also in the southeast as well, and across the Baja in northern Mexico here, and also into the desert southwest as the monsoon season continues. And basically, that's what we got for you right now. So this area here in the Gulf is going to be monitored over the next couple of days for heavy shower and thunderstorm activity, which is already ongoing here across Texas from Houston down. If we can get this to hone in on this here. Here's the showers and thunderstorms associated with this wave of low pressure. And again, north and south of the front, more additional showers and thunderstorms popping up in Florida as well. And then, of course, the main concern here, and this is pretty low in latitude here, we've got this area here, which is the Atlantic, for the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, east of the Windward Islands. Advisories for potential tropical cyclone 2 located a couple hundred miles east of the southern Windward Islands. Formation chance about 70% in the next 48 hours, as mentioned, about 90% in the next 5 days. So we're monitoring all of this. Let's go back further. And this is another area that we're watching right behind it. See what's coming off the African coast. Yep, another wave. So for potential tropical cyclone 2, as of 5 p.m. on this Tuesday evening, again, heavy rainfall expected across the Windward Islands, northeastern Venezuela, and the ABC Islands through Wednesday. Localized flash flooding will be possible. Winds to tropical storm force are expected over portions of the southern Windward Islands tonight, over Isla Margarita Wednesday morning, and over the ABC Islands by Wednesday evening. Tropical storm conditions possible along the northeastern coast of Venezuela tonight and early Wednesday. And there is a greater than normal uncertainty in the system's forecast intensity once it reaches the southwestern Caribbean Sea late Thursday and Friday, which will depend on how much it interacts with the land from tonight through Thursday. So we are watching this. So for potential tropical cyclone 2, this is the forecast here, and the zone here over Venezuela and Colombia stays north of the island chains here. It gets into Nicaragua as a storm, possibly even a hurricane just west of that, and then a depression as it heads over this very mountainous, tumultuous area here. So we're monitoring this as well. So, global and hurricane models as of 18Z this afternoon show the same kind of configuration. Pretty far south for this time of the year, actually. So there are a lot of things that go into the forecast for the holiday weekend coming up. This is a remnants of Celia here. We're looking at the water vapor channel from the European model guidance this morning. So dry subsidence air, low relative humidity values over the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic states, and that's already showing signs of decaying. And if we went back here, this is the reason. See all of this in here? This is going to increase, and this subsidence and convergence and confluence is going to decrease, while upper level divergence and diffluence, increases over the next couple of days. So I want to go back here to the water vapor channel because this is important here. As we get into Thursday now, Wednesday and Thursday. Now Wednesday looks okay, but still we're increasing water vapor content here in the atmosphere. We started out earlier today on Tuesday here with very dry air, very low precipitable water values, excepting the immediate coast, but no precipitation with the southwest wind. But it's all going to change because you see the yellows and the greens and the reds here. It's going to increase as we head through Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Precipitable water values increasing to 1-inch ranges. And that may decrease a little bit on Thursday afternoon, but on Friday, that's another story. Precipitable water values will continue to increase. And as we get into Friday, we see this now. We're definitely above normal for this time of the year. And again, with any kind of heavy precipitation, you get into the yellows here as you head into Saturday and Sunday here. That's high water content, 1.8 to 2 inches, and in some cases better than 2 inches of potential water column precipitable water values here. So on Sunday, again, very moist and humid, especially central and southern New Jersey, with water values here about 2 to 2.5, 2.5, 2.3. So we've got storms on the way for this weekend. It doesn't look like we're going to clear out too good. No, not according to this. When we're looking at the precipitable water value in terms of percentage of normal deviation, from climatology here on the European model guidance, as we get into Friday, it's really going to start to increase about 100 to 125% of normal. As we get into Saturday afternoon, again, 130 to 140% above normal, including Long Island and the New York City metropolitan area and the Philadelphia area too. So this looks like a stalled front, and again, it's going to be troublesome for this weekend. And when we're looking at the latest data here for Monday, that doesn't, it improves over northern New Jersey and New York City, the Hudson Valley region, but points south, maybe not so much. Another thing on the European model guidance is the surface CAPE here, the convective available potential energy here. Shows up a little bit on Friday afternoon. There could be a spotty shower or thunderstorm around the coast or whatever under this domain, but I'm more impressed with what's going to happen on Saturday, especially in the afternoon, as the CAPE values rise to about 15 to 2,000 joules per kilogram, especially across central and southeastern coastlines here of the New Jersey coast and into the Delmarva area and the Virginias as well. And this is going to continue as we head into the overnight hours. So there could be some pretty potent thunderstorms around here Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. And I know a lot of people have plans to be outside with, celebrations for the 4th of July weekend, what have you, and fireworks displays. And some of those displays may be discontinued until further notice if we have these kinds of shower and thunderstorm activity happening over the area. Things I'm paying attention to is the 500 millibar vertical velocities and geopotential height on the European model guidance for Saturday afternoon. With those Cape values rising, could find some very strong storms here developing to the west and southwest of the region on Saturday afternoon, and just in time for fireworks or outdoor activities on Saturday evening. Could find some very strong storms developing from west to east here under this flow. A little relaxing overnight, obviously, and then again by Sunday afternoon, additional showers and thunderstorms with these vertical velocities showing up. So let's see how this all pans out, but it looks quite stormy to me. Let's go into the precipitation types here. Let's go back to Saturday morning. Okay, we've got a frontal boundary kind of lying to your north and west here. Drops down, as we can see in the isobars here. Cape values are high, instability is high, and we got showers and thunderstorms on Saturday night for fireworks. Then we take a break here, and we get back into Sunday afternoon. We got even strong line of shower and thunderstorm activity with heavy rain potential here from the Delmarva absolute to central New Jersey, south of Long Island, Jersey coastline here. It's not a washout, but I can tell you this is not a good forecast. Now, Monday is looking pretty good. Not the best, but definitely much better than it did. And if I took a look at the cloud forecast here, total cloud cover, well, it's going to be, it's going to be nice over the next couple of days until we get into Friday. There's going to be more cloud cover developing in the morning and the afternoon hours, and it's going to be becoming mostly cloudy here across the north, central and southern areas, and also the Delmarva, the I-95 corridor. And that's because all this rain is going to start coming in. And lots of cloud cover here on Saturday, and this total cloud level. So this is all 4 levels of clouds here. Upper and mid-level and lower level here. And again, Sunday doesn't look too good. No, I'm sorry. Big breaks here Sunday night and Monday on the 4th of July. But again, I don't know how we're gonna wax out of this on Monday here, and we're gonna on 4th of July proper. It should be really good looking out there, but that's going to change again by Monday night and Tuesday of next week. So with that stalled front, the European model guidance really wants to hone in on Saturday evening across the north here. And again, any kind of convection with the Cape values that we're looking at could easily produce flash flooding, small stream flooding, mostly urban and street flooding under these conditions, lightning, hail, strong downburst winds, that kind of thing. By the time we get into Sunday morning, things reckon off into the south here with the first wave, and then along that stalled frontal boundary, things dry out just a little bit on Sunday morning. But here comes the next batch of heavy precipitation in the afternoon across central Pennsylvania, all the way to the coast of New Jersey, and these could be gully gushers. Precipitated water values are so high during this period that it could produce, extreme weather and heavy downpours, small hail, lightning, and winds. Then as we get into Monday, things dry out just a little bit, but there is another wave here of precipitation coming in on Monday. These are the 6-hourly precipitation increments here from the European model guidance. So additional wave action going on to the west. Monday at 6Z, apparently it just dries this whole thing out. Keeps some precipitation scattered about on Tuesday, but, I'm not so sure all of these things are going to work out. So when we look at the total precipitation, for the period. And we get into Saturday morning, very little. But here comes the afternoon on Saturday night. And here comes the further increase in the precipitation totals. And again, any kind of convection would lead to higher totals here than what this model is showing, because it's not a convective model. It's a macro scale model. So there could be some very high precipitation totals. And when it's showing this on Sunday by, the totals 126 hours out here are better than 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain here. This sends warning signs to me. Oh yeah. Starting out at 925 millibars, about 3,000 feet in the atmosphere, we see our temperatures in Celsius here. And look at this. As we get into Thursday, temperatures rising from the teens in Celsius, from the low teens in Celsius right now to the low 20s. And they just increase as we get into Friday. The heat and humidity is on. 925 millibar temperatures rising to 23 to 24 degrees Celsius, and even further than that as we head into Friday night. Look at this. This is incredibly hot. This is a hot atmosphere here. Hot, sticky, and humid. Saturday, tempered down a little bit by showers and thunderstorms, but still in the 20s Celsius at 925 millibars. And that brings us to daily high temperatures. Daily high temperatures today. Daily high temperatures tomorrow could surpass what the model guidance is showing right now. And also on Saturday, forecast for Thursday, okay, not good. This is hot, and this is just the beginning. We could get into the upper 90s here, and we'll have to take a look at records here. But again, on Saturday, mid and low 90s here, showers and thunderstorms developing, Cape values increase. Sunday is cooler with more shower and thunderstorm activity and debris from previous showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. And we just go back up, excepting the coast. Then we really cool down on Tuesday, back into the 70s, which is below normal. And this is below normal here on Wednesday too, and Thursday, according to the European model guidance. And other thing I wanted to check is the National Weather Service's digital database here. Let's go into New Jersey. Actually, let's do the Northeast, because that will show us where the record highs are. New run coming in. Hold on. And of course, focusing, I don't see any records in this area for the weekend. Even though it's going to feel with the heat indexes like well into the 90s upon the apparent temperatures here. But I can tell you that Saturday is a very stormy day around here, especially in the afternoon and evening. If you've got outdoor plans for firework displays, they may be canceled. And they may be rescheduled too. Sunday is not looking too good. No. And according to the Weather Prediction Center's charts here, this doesn't look good to me either. Finally, on Monday, proper July 4th, Independence Day, things are drying out just a little bit. It's going to turn around again. A lot of moisture, stalled out fronts. Yeah, you get it. This is your summer.